on a beat. Die on a beat.
So we're going to hear some music in a little bit. Oh, here it is. Come on, everybody, put your hands up. Put your hands up. I just love this song. It never gets old. Can you guys dance in VR? Do you know how to dance in VR? I wonder what your avatar looks like, right, when you're dancing. Anyway, welcome to the Hive. My name is Navah, and I am here with three amazing virtual reality artists. They're creating art in just a whole new medium. And we're here in the Hive, which, by the way, has been around since 2017. It was one of the first VR talk shows in Altspace, and it was with Vivian. She won a contest in Altspace, and we do have the video on our Facebook page, so if you want to come check it out, facebook.com/thehivevr. So she's been around. She's one of the first to stream, and we now have a production team. So welcome to the Hive, everybody. Is this your first time here? Can I get some claps if it's your first time? All right, very
nice.
cool. I love that. I love first timers. Very cool. So I wanted to introduce to you not just virtual reality artists, but also friends. I've watched their journey, in their artistic journey, and it's been so much fun to be able to see different things and different ways that they create. So we'll start with Kevin.
Hello,
Kevin
everyone.
Eng, also known as Kibo on Twitter, is a virtual reality artist. He's actually in, a fun fact is he was in the Road to Tokyo. It was an Oculus Medium contest, right?
Back when it was Oculus, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's the XR Artist Collective co-founder with Mesbreeze, and now he's going to be speaking at South by Southwest in like what, 2 weeks?
Yay!
Yeah, I'm super nervous about it, but very, very excited. Alongside Marco Matic, who's a wonderful AR artist, and Rosie Summers from the UK,
Very
is a very talented VR artist.
Absolutely. We wish she was here, but time, it's so hard. VR needs to have a global hour.
Very
So
true.
has anyone ever seen Kevin's art or has ever been to South by Southwest or heard of it? All right, well, he's going to show us a little piece.
Oh my God, there I am. There's my Wow, that was very jarring for some reason.
Show us some emojis if you're enjoying it. Look how cute it is.
Oh.
So cool.
Thank you.
I can't
Yeah,
put
so
enough
that's-
hearts up for that.
All the hearts. He's throwing out some hearts, that's for sure. So that's a piece that I'm creating for AR right now as a submission for the Adobe Festival of the Impossible. So eventually that'll get out into augmented reality.
Unbelievable. So if anyone didn't hear, it's AR is augmented reality. So he's creating this really cool piece. And I've been watching you draw it or create. It's
Live
been-
streaming.
Right. What's
Yeah.
that journey been like to what he is today?
I like being able to live stream those type of workflows, warts and all, just because it allows people to sort of see, even when I'm making mistakes or as I'm working through the piece, there's some inspiration there that I've gotten from others in the same way, figuring out all the trappings and the things that work really well, and trying to make
Absolutely.
something that you don't normally see in VR, especially with something like Gravity Sketch. That for me is very joy-inducing.
What is your favorite tool that you're working on with your art? So, for other people out there who want to create art in virtual reality or in augmented reality, what app is one of your favorites?
Uh, Probably Tavori,
I knew you were
because
going to say that.
yeah, I know, I'm guilty as charged, because it's like picking my favorite baby, right? In the day, favorite child. Tavori, because it's a great animation tool within VR. It's very diegetic by nature, meaning that I can basically
Anybody can pick it up.
anybody can really pick it up. Yeah, Sam, you're also a very good proponent for it as well. You're picking lights and cameras, and the timeline is right in front of you. There's a very great childlike quality to it that I love. And that's how I got Ozzy, the orangutan, moving. So there you go.
Yeah, and if you guys see to the right of me, we have a koala. Check it out, representing Australia.
Koala
Yay.
Yeah, shout out to Michelle. Yeah, so he created that. What tool did you use to create that?
That was done in, do I say Adobe Medium? Yeah, Adobe Medium. It feels weird, but it's true.
I know, it's so weird.
Isn't it odd?
Oculus got bought out by...
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
They got acquired. And yeah, I think I may be using him in different ways soon, but this is his most his raw T-pose state at this point. So he's ready to be animated and the whole bit.
And
yeah, he's
also
there for
feel
hugs.
free to take a selfie with him if you'd like at the end, or as some people do. And next up is Michelle Brown. Michelle Brown is from
Hi.
Australia.
Hey.
Forgot to say, Kivo is from San Francisco. So we have San Francisco, and now we're in Australia right now. Look, and we're just, you just have a headset on, and you're hanging out with someone all the way in Australia. VR is amazing.
On Friday, I'm in Friday too, because you
You're in
guys
the
are still
future.
Thursday. Yeah, midday in
TGIF.
Australia on Friday. Exactly. After I get out of here, I'm going to go have a drink.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm
Sweet.
talking about.
Yeah.
So Michelle is also a virtual reality artist and augmented reality artist. And she's recently came back from MIT Reality Hackathon.
MIT.
With Sam. They were both there. How amazing is that? The world is so small.
It was so great. It was, yeah.
Yeah. What was that? Right. What was that like being able to have that, to be there?
It was an amazing experience, mainly just to meet people like Sam and a few others, like Paige that I've been, and Chris. That was great. So yeah, heaps of people that I got to meet. It was one of the biggest things that I got out of it, I think.
Yeah. Well, there's, the augmented reality earring that you created, which is psychedelic. It's like the moon, the stars, galaxy. It's galactic. And please feel free to give her some emojis if you're feeling it, because I would like to wear one of those earrings.
I'll send you a pair.
Oh, I'm so excited. But can you
Yeah.
imagine the power of augmented reality? Like, to have that on your earrings, you could have new earrings every time you wear them. This is like a girl's dream. You don't have to buy that many. You just buy one, right? And you can switch it out. Can you tell us a little bit about those earrings?
So yeah,
And
I've
the
been
art of it?
working. Yeah, I've been working on making accessories for the last sort of 12 months. I started doing some, prototyping, and I'm trying to make them so that they're accessories that can be worn by women and men, or anyone of any gender.
Yeah.
So you can wear them as like a keychain or a necklace, or buy a set as an earring. And yeah, I'm looking to launch those and release those as part of International Women's Day. That's happening
nice.
next Friday. Yay!
Ooh, we love that.
So yeah, that's been keeping me busy. So yeah, I've been trying to do some animation in VR to bring them out as well, but this was just done with After Effects. But yeah, I've been mixing things up, trying to bring the VR as well as the AR into them.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite app for creating art?
I usually use Tilt Brush for the majority of my work, just because it's so quick and easy for me to get creative in there and to create and film inside the space as well really easily to tell a story, to tell a narrative. But, you know, I like to try all the creative tools and at least get my head around them so that I can jump in, you know, when I have more time and work with them. So Tavori, that was one of the, I was jumped in there when it was pretty much early release. I love that one too. So I'm hoping to get back
You
in
also
there
created
soon.
a video, right? You also created a music video.
Yes, I've done
That's
about
right.
4 or 5 music videos now using Tilt Brush. So yeah, and Premiere Pro as well, so I can bring out the video capture into traditional editing software. Love that.
Amazing.
All the tools.
Oh, two.
No. and Sam, this is Sam Luck. She also was at MIT
Yay.
Reality Hackathon, and she is I always like to call her the Quill VR guru. She knows it all when it comes to Quill. Every time I want to see new art and I ask her what it is, she knows exactly how it was done. And if she doesn't, she knows the right question to ask. She's also a VR artist and animator. Sam, tell us about what you've been working on and you know, some of your wins that you've had.
Yeah, so first of all, I just want to say how thankful I've been able to meet both of you in real life and get to talk to you again.
Yay.
And I just love it. One thing that I really find important is to meet people in real life and also in VR, because it's a small industry right now and we still need to, you know, anyway, just wanted to say that.
You're so right.
It's true.
Yeah, so I've tried a bunch of VR tools from Tavori to Gravity Sketch to Adobe Medium, and the first one was Quill, of course. And I'm still, I've kind of taken a really strong liking to it. And yeah, so I've actually started making my first VR film inspired by Dan, who's in the audience. And I've been literally getting up 5 a.m. every day, just working on it before I go to work. Sometimes talk to Kevin.
Yeah, that's 2 a.m. for me. It's 5 for her.
Yeah. And yeah, so I've had an idea for a film maybe like a couple of years ago. And now when I found Quill, I jumped on the chance to tell the story that I wanted to tell. Yeah. Maybe the next.
Yeah, this is the story corner.
So basically, I did like a Photoshop sketch of one of the characters in the film. And my next idea is to draw all of these poses in Quill and then animate it. So it's like an animated character design page, but it's animated and it's in VR. So if you read any art books or anything, usually they have like a page of character designs. Basically, you have that, but animated. So that's yeah. So the film is called Corner, and Corner is the name of my childhood blanket. So
Don't cry.
Exactly. Every time I see it.
Fogging up lens. Yeah.
And so it's a very personal story for me. It's primarily based on my experience. I currently deal with ulcerative colitis. If anyone has ever heard of it, it's similar to IBS, Crohn's. It's a digestive problem. And so I was diagnosed when I was in college, and I was in hospital, and I went through a lot of painful moments. And so I got better, and then I kind of just forgot about it and tried to push it away. And so with this film, I brought it back to life, basically, and it's been very therapeutic. But anyway, so it's basically about me in the hospital in pain, and I go through a journey of going into my childhood, and the childhood memories inspire me to keep going, to push through the pain. And the blanket itself is a support I guess it's a spirit. It's a thing. It's a person, and so it's a character in the film that helps basically bring me joy and remind myself that support can come from anything, from your family,
I love that.
your friends, and it can also come from something like your childhood blanket or maybe a
sweet
teddy
is
bear you
that?
had. But yeah, anyway.
Does anybody,
It's a
else,
very-
does anybody in the
yeah.
audience have that? Does anybody had
Yeah.
a blanket or something
Oh, I
here?
definitely have it.
You know, give us
I had a
some
pillow.
hands.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay.
And it's basically an extension of, I did a little bit of research before this, but basically it's most popular in Western culture because when people go to bed at night in Asia, I think they sleep with their parents for a long period of time. But in Western culture, we kind of don't sleep with them after a certain age. And so the blanket or the teddy bear is like a transition as a replication of maybe a mother figure, parental figure. And yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting.
I love it. You know, you're talking about
So
using.
yeah, this is me as a child, of course, with my
Aw.
blanket.
So cute. It looks just like her. Isn't that unbelievable, you guys?
Yeah.
It really does.
Applause for all three of these artists and their amazing art.
In the bottom
what-
left, there's like a little blanket fort sketch. And so this morning I was drawing like the blanket fort in VR, and it's just crazy. Like I'm building this scene and I'm building things from my childhood, and because you're in VR and you're making it versus just
You're in
drawing
it.
you're
living in
like
it.
that much more connected to like your past. It's very, I love it.
The felt
How do
experience,
you both feel, like Michelle and Kivo? I always say Kivo. Kevin.
Kivo's good.
How do you guys feel when you're creating? Is it weird? Is it like amazing that you're actually inside of the art you're drawing? Has anybody ever seen art in VR? It's
that's
an
awesome.
incredible
Yeah.
experience. What is it like
Yeah.
creating it?
Yeah, Michelle, you can speak to it. Please.
Yeah, I think, I just love being in there because it lets my imagination be able to work, I don't know, 100,000 times better because I'm not
Yeah.
distracted by anything else. Like I can
Uber
just get rid of
focus.
distractions, no social media, well, most of the time. So, yeah,
Mhm.
so you just immerse in it. Mm.
How about
Yeah,
you,
and-
Kevin?
I think it goes back to the cornerstone of one of your themes of why you engage so much with us as XR artists. It's a lot to do with heart. I mean, I think
Yeah.
it's the same with Sam and Michelle too. Heart, right? With ART being emphasized.
I love
and I
that.
think that space is almost very much like a confessional, but also because some of us live stream, it also is very much like a public diary of sorts.
Yeah.
And I think there's the whole
is.
aspect of it being very much a felt experience of creating in an environment that is literally one-to-one. Like if I'm sculpting, if I'm painting, it feels really like my central nervous system is tricked just enough to the point where it really feels like I'm making that thing. Does that help?
Mm,
Yeah.
great.
100%.
Speaking of tricks, I love when you say that. We do have
Mhm.
game time.
Yeah.
And we have a little
Yeah.
game here. And if you want to play in, you can heart when I say one and maybe, or clap, whatever you want with the emojis. But with game time, we're going to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. What do you guys think? You ready for some game time?
Game
Yeah.
time.
How about you?
Game
How about
time.
you?
Game
Time,
time.
game time.
Time of games.
All right. Okay,
Hey.
so audience, here we go. Guess who made the doodle from the artists?
Ooh.
We have number one. You've seen their drawings, their art, their animations, their augmented reality, virtual reality amazingness. We'll go with you see their styles. Who do you think did number one? If you think it's Kevin, give me a heart. If you think it's Sam, give me the clap. And if you think it's Michelle, give me the blush
They already know you very well.
emoji.
Oh.
I've fun.
Interesting. All right, you guys are doing great. Very good. All right, who please stand forward, whoever did number 1 to the left. Whoever did the clap. All right. Very good. Good job, audience. You're so with it. You're really watching. You know arts. All right. So the next one, same thing. The heart is Kevin. The clap is Sam. And the blushing one, I guess you could call it, is Michelle. Who do you think did number 2?
Yeah.
Very. Okay.
That was a bit of a tie. Maybe.
Can the middle picture, doodle, art, please stand forward?
Voila.
Oh, I think we tricked the audience. All right, so the third one.
I guess I'll just walk forward.
I knew she'd enter that way. It's a very cool animation too, and you guys can always check out their art, more of their art, if you just follow them. And you know, Sam, we can post some of their social media so you can have it. All right, next. Okay. This goes for Kevin, Sam, and Michelle too, and the audience. Okay, so we're gonna go with water or sparkling water. If it's water, give me the tongue. And if it's sparkling water, give me a heart. What would you rather have, this or that?
Oh,
This or that?
sparkling. All day.
All right.
Well,
I'm not a sparkling. I'm like, yes, exactly. That's me right here.
I kind of have to
Interesting.
with digestive problems, so I got
That
on my
makes
water.
sense. We
Sorry.
will never fight, right?
All right. To all those social media mavens, you know, the time has changed. Times are
This is
changing. It's not just
tough.
Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, this is
you know?
tough.
This is tough.
But when I think of Twitter, I think of that like instant messaging. So we'll go with this. Clap if it's Discord, and then heart if it's Twitter. Which is your favorite social media or the way to communicate?
I use both.
Fun.
You
I'm
just
gonna
keep
go.
going.
I don't know. I
I
use
use
both.
both for very
Share
different
more
reasons.
animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I chose,
Yeah, cute
I
overload.
chose so I can share cute animals. I'm going with Twitter.
Discord's kind of personal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a more personal thing.
It's personal, but it's also, there's a vast amount of information. I probably could have
Oh,
put
yeah.
Reddit or
Almost too much,
Discord.
actually, sometimes.
It is.
I
It's
mean-
actually, it could keep you busy all day, right?
Right.
Does everybody
Notification
agree?
settings.
You could just throw your hands up if you agree. You don't even have to give me an emoji if you don't want to.
I mean, I sometimes go on like Blender Discord to like ask questions.
Oh, man.
Blender Discord's the best.
That must be a riot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
When you're working, is it music
Oh yeah. this
or
is
silence? So if
simple.
it's music,
Mhm.
give me some clapping. And then if it's silent, give me a sad face.
Gotta have my
Oh.
music.
Gotta
Gotta have my music.
That's a whole different, like.
I'm one of
animal
those
there.
different people. I am so focused on, I can't write without silence. But then if I have a little Mazzy Star or some,
Oh,
you know,
man,
some
these
Zen
are-
music from Kevin's video. Remember that Zen video we saw when we were in
Oh,
Spaces?
yeah.
That was so much
Right.
fun. By the way, what's your favorite music, you guys? What kind of music do you like when you're working?
Sam, Michelle?
I like
You're so confident.
shoegaze and I guess new wave kind of stuff. Like I actually, when I was driving to the airport yesterday, I had Ian Crichton, and you contributed to that, the
Yeah.
playlist on Spotify.
Oh,
Is it the Where the
awesome.
Zeros Go? Yeah, it's
Yes.
a great playlist. I love it.
Henry, Henry, Ian, and I. That's right. Oh, thanks for listening.
Nice.
How about you,
But
Sam?
yes. Yeah.
I listen
What
to
kind
a
of music?
lot of film soundtracks because I always want to feel
Oh.
like I'm like, because when I listen to music, I like want to be transported where that is. And so depending on like what movie it is, if I want to watch, I want to do a sad kind of story, I like listen to sad music or things like that. That and whatever music that makes me want to sing. That too.
Oh, that's good.
How about you, Kev?
These days it's been soundtracks too and chill hop, but soundtrack wise, it's been Death Stranding. I don't know if anybody's been playing that, but it's super emo, and I'm just that's probably what contributed to the orangutan earlier.
I love that you both said soundtracks though, because my moniker that I go by, the Bad Lament, and Kevin and I've spoken about this, is actually comes from Angelo Badalamenti, who is an amazing composer.
So
I thought it was weird to listen to movie soundtracks, though. I don't know.
No, not at all. I think there are a lot of us out there, honestly.
The Neverending Story soundtrack
is
is probably one of the best. Just
Oh.
throwing it out there. I'm waiting for my Falcor, you guys. I think it would fit perfectly in here. Hello.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't everybody love the Neverending Story?
Challenge accepted.
Lamont,
Right.
is that the name of the singer?
It's
Yeah.
now karaoke at the Hive here.
Right.
Okay, so next, audience, candy or chocolate? Candy is going to be a heart,
So easy.
and chocolate's going to be the blushing, because, sometimes you eat a little too much
God.
chocolate.
God, I can't pick. It depends. It all depends.
Sour.
I have such a sweet,
sour.
Yeah, anything
so
sour.
bad.
It's like a diabetic pyramid for me.
Sour.
Me too.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten any sugar lately, though.
Oh, good on
Ooh,
you.
we've got a
good
mix
girl.
of
I'm
the
just afraid.
audience.
I'm just afraid of getting sick right now.
No, it's smart.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Even though I love both.
Well, what's your
Unfortunately,
favorite candy or chocolate if you do have it? Let's say. We'll start with you, Kevin.
Reese's Pieces.
Oh,
And
Reese's-
thank you.
peanut butter,
Because-
peanut butter. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
It's almost anything sour. It's like a sour gummy, sour anything. I'll destroy it.
Yeah. Sour Patch
Yeah.
Kids are like,
Yeah,
I can't even have them in
exactly.
the house. It's
Don't
too
even
much.
put that in
Oh,
front of me.
I
It's
love
like
that when I was a
space.
kid.
Oh,
So good.
how about you,
I think our
Michelle?
candy's probably quite different. Like I know whenever I go to the States, there's lots
Mhm.
of different candy to Australia candy. So
Yours is
but I
probably
like
better.
strawberries and cream. I don't know, do you have that? It's like a little juby kind of one where it's like a creamy and then a strawberry flavor on top. Oh, it's yum. Love it.
Mm.
Sounds like those
Tin
marshmallows.
You guys, I
things.
want a snack right now. I wish we had some snacks here.
Tin Can
Okay.
Slam.
Oh yeah, Tim Tams.
Mm-hmm.
Should
Well-
have brought some over for you. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the end of the game. So, what's really cool is being able to get to know you guys and being able to jump into social VR. It really feels like every time we do get into social VR together, which we have before, it feels like you're hanging out with the person and you know them, right? Isn't it the most amazing thing in the world? I just can't get over it. It's just unbelievable. I mean, here in Altspace, it's done by a production team, and big shout out to Vivian Project, who created this
Yay.
world, and Cami, who's been like producer. She just does everything, and the VRespawn team. And I don't know if you guys have all looked around. You could see there's something, O-Shape. You'll see signs of O-Shape. If anyone has heard of it, can you give me some hearts in the audience? Yeah, very good. So O-Shape is a game, and it just launched on Quest. And if you remember your old cheerleading moves or, Just Dance, you could go in there, get a selfie, come over here. It's and also see it on Oculus Quest. It's it's a pretty fun game, but it's also really good after you eat all that candy, right? All that candy and chocolate.
Oh man, I'm gonna go to Safeway right now.
Right?
Yeah.
But like thinking about the games when you guys are creating art, have you ever thought of creating art for games or had some inspiration from games?
I
Sure,
think
I mean-
naturally we all kind of do, right?
Yeah, I started out, I studied multimedia, so I started making 2D games as
Mhm.
my first, I guess, career step in this world. So yeah, I love Flash, Adobe Flash. Yes, Adobe
Macromedia
Flash.
Flash.
Macromedia Flash back then.
Bring it
Oh,
back.
Flash.
Did so many 2D games. Loved it.
I mean, I'd say that Quill is basically like a VR version of Flash.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
try to tell people, but
Yeah.
not completely the same, but very similar.
How about you, Kev? Have you ever had it?
oh my God, I'm blanking on the question again. I'm so sorry. What was
Oh
the
no,
question
that's
again?
okay, because you know the O-Shape
I was
game
thinking
with
about Sour
Oculus
Patch Kids.
Quest.
Sour
I know, I
Patch
was
Kids.
too. I was too. That's the most amazing part. Just inspiration, you know, if you've ever had inspiration from a game, because it's an
Oh, for
interesting thing. When
sure.
I see it, I get inspired. Just I actually was going back to old like 1990s movies
Uh-huh.
after I see some games, you know, and it just
Right.
reminds me of things. Nostalgic.
Well, I think about
But
games like
anyway,
Journey, for
yeah.
instance, like PlayStation's
Mm.
Journey. And I think that segues into, for example, I'm making an experience about endangered species and music and wellness. And so those definitely, and also films. I mean, speaking earlier to about soundtracks even, I think all those things are inspirations
Intertwined,
for our
right?
work. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I just want to thank you so much for joining me this week. Next week we're going to have Luke Hurd. He has created some. I don't know if you see the filters on there, but he created the cat pickle, which is absolutely hilarious on Instagram. You can find
Oh,
him at Luke Hurd. And my
Cat
favorite
pickle.
filter, right?
you know,
Take a
Luke
selfie
Hurd.
with it. Yeah. The most like the 1996 filter was like one of my favorites because I think my background was that my senior year. So
Nice.
yeah. But he'll be here next week, same time, same place. So,
Same
you know,
Pickle
definitely
Cat
check them.
Corner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll have to.
Pickle
And make
cat.
sure, you know, join the conversation. We'll share Sam. If you haven't seen it already, you'll see Sam, Michelle, aka the Bad Lament, and Kivo, Kevin. You'll see their handles. So you can see more of their work because it's pretty unbelievable, incredible. But yeah. Feels like we're
Thank
hanging
you so
out,
much.
right?
Thank
Thank
you,
you so much,
everybody.
Nava. And thank you,
And
audience.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All
everyone.
right.
Really appreciate your
Well,
time.
appreciate your time. So cool to be here. All right, but we'll break into some questions.
Oh, we got a hand up.
Oh, look at that. Ooh.
Dominic. Can Dominic, are you able to
To speak or
speak? I'm wondering here. Let me see.
All right, our first question is
Oh, there we go.
from
There
Baby
we go.
Boy. Oh, Dominic, sorry.
I'm sorry about that. What you guys were talking about previously with the Twitter and the Discord, one thing that I've noticed myself with Discord that I'm really liking a lot is that you also have direct access to the smaller VR independent game developers for direct
It's true.
input, going back and forth. So in that aspect, it's to me a lot more social than Twitter, whereas Twitter is mostly business on the business side of things.
mm-hmm.
And with this day and age, with like AAA industries being what they are with video games, it's nice to be able to go back and forth between people who want to actually hear what you have to say about the games.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fine
That's an
point,
interesting
Dominic.
point
Yeah.
because it's true at some level, but you know, the virtual reality, I feel like the VR/virtual reality community is really heavily on Twitter too. So maybe it's that short messaging. But yeah, you're right. It's very intimate. Actually,
Yeah,
you guys were
you
just
know,
talking about that earlier.
yeah, I mean, it's also a really fair point because I don't think I've ever been able to talk more directly to developers in any other creative capacity. I mean, I've been an working artist for like 20 years, and I don't think I've had any other more intimate experience of being able to have that one-to-one contact with devs other than the VR space. So
Totally.
yeah, Discord is a very good example of that.
Absolutely.
That's what makes our community great too, because the
True.
developers are, you know, so willing to work with each other and share, and that's what I love about it. So, and yeah, and take our consideration as artists into what they're developing. Like,
Exactly.
Oh
I
yeah.
know Tiltbrush are huge like supporters of their community, and you know, take on board so much feedback. It's amazing. So
Quill too, Tavori. I
Yeah.
think we
Yeah,
can all point to
Tavori
them
goes well.
being, yeah, right. And the fact that they spend the extra time to help us, you know, even on their weekends sometimes. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we'll look back on this as being a very
Yeah.
special very special
We're
time.
a special time.
I know. We
for
were talking.
sure.
Remember, we were talking about that last year. Remember, we were like, where are we going to be in a year from now? Right?
Right.
So unbelievable. We have some more questions.
Crickets.
Anybody? Crickets? Pickle cats? Pickle
Sorry.
cats? Pickle cats?
Pickle cats. Pickle cats. Pickle cats. Pickle cats. Pickle cats.
We have a
That's a good one to practice.
new
That's right.
Candyman movie. Did you watch the Candyman
Oh,
trailer?
yes, I did.
Like,
It looks good.
Gosh,
It
looks
does look good.
That was one of my favorite movies, scary movies when I was young.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the original.
Look
Our
in the
next question
mirror.
is from Easy Boy.
Hello, I'm right here.
Hi, easy boy.
Hi.
So, along with Tilt Brush, there's a new program out. It just recently came out. It is called Sketchbox. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but it's another
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Google
Yep.
thing. But I actually want to like start a project in there, and I was
Great.
wondering if you guys would want to help me with that. Like, because I
Aw.
know you guys are great VR artists, and like,
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
if
Can-
you guys
can-
if you guys would want to help me with it, then
Yeah,
that'd be
maybe after the
awesome.
show we could
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about it
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I'd love
That's
to
so
try
great.
It. So yeah, I haven't had a chance.
Okay.
Yeah, there's so many tools now, right? Sketchbox is
Oh,
one
yeah.
of many at this point. We're at this like really tipping point with all these different variety of tools. And is Sketchbox multiplayer, by the way?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
Cool.
okay. Then I'm kind of sold
Oh.
already.
Oh, yeah. Because we keep wanting these multiplayer.
It's so
apps.
hard to find good multiplayer creative tools.
I can't wait till that happens. I'm so going to be invited to that. Just incorporate me. I'll just like draw little things. I don't care. That's going to be the
You're a
best
great
experience
artist.
ever.
You're a great artist.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah,
I've
Navah.
seen your tilt brush work. You do great.
Oh yeah.
But speaking of multiplayer art games, just a shout out to King Spray because it's my
Yeah.
local hometown crew, Brisbane
Yes.
King Spray crew.
I love
And you know,
King Spray.
yeah, and another thing on multiplayer, what was really amazing, during the times of with the Australian fires and everything, you had created this beautiful artwork of a koala, and I think it was something that you collaborated with others on, right?
Yeah,
That's
so
really
I created,
cool.
yeah, a koala in a burning bush scene, and then I asked a whole bunch of other artists to contribute, and yeah, it turned out beautiful. Like there was just so many artists from around the world that gave me a little Australian animal to contribute and help raise funds. So, and you know, hopefully I can put Kevo's koala in there too.
Oh,
Aww.
I'd be
Well,
honored.
that,
Thank you.
yes, that's so sweet. Well, that's it for time. You know, we can jump down for some questions in a little bit, but thank you so much for joining the show, for being a part of the audience, and great questions. And we'll see you next week.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Woo,
Thank you
Take
again.
care. Woo, Stay healthy.
Yes, stay healthy.
Dan, everyone's
Seriously.
watching.
Outside of
Don't get
VR, stay
murdered.
healthy.
Please. Be safe.
Have some
All right.
Tim Tams.
Have some Sour Patch Kids.
Yep.
Have some strawberries
Jumping
and
off.
cream juppies.
Boom. Chippies. That's right.
I'm going to post a picture of them so you guys can
Please
see what they
do.
look like.
I need to
Yeah.
get educated on
They look
Australian.
like a nipple, I guess. So
Oh,